I need to fix this. Okay, so it is currently November 30th, and I just got a package in the mail. Now this is one of the first of many Ride Chemy trading cards that I've ordered recently. Okay, it's really hard to do that all with one hand, but basically what I ordered was this Kamen Rider Den-O card. This was one of the cards that I was missing from Phase 1, alongside that and Hibiki. Hibiki and Kiva I'm getting in the mail from two other people. Hibiki I'm getting from my friend John on TikTok, and Kiva I'm getting from homeboy Brandon also on TikTok. If you've been on that, if you've been on TikTok recently, you've probably seen this guy opening up Phase 1 and basically just making content out of it.
And a legend, Kiva! Damn it! It confirms! It confirms! The same ones! No! No! Ghost. The same 5 Legend Rider cards in 2 boxes. In the same order.
And I highly recommend him because he's genuinely really nice and he's a funny guy. I got the Kiva card for like $7 in total plus shipping. Basically it was $5 and then $3 shipping. So for Den-O I paid like $7. So yeah, anyway, so here we have just Den-O. Now we can complete the Rising Liner fusion, and that brings me one step closer to completing the Legend Riders. Alright, it's taking a closer look at the Den-O card itself. It's a very nice card. I mean, to be fair, the Chemy is really just a rider version of Steamliner, but genuinely, it is a really nice card in person. I do love the little hollow foil here that they're going on here with the Legend Riders. And not only does it expand to just the picture here, but also expands to the text and the overall arrows of the logo here, which is nice, Alright, so far so good, just about 4 more spaces to go. Well, I mean, I say that now because as of this recording, Ride Chemy Trading Card Set Phase EX just got revealed today, and it's set to release on December 16th. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass for me to do that because going into this, I was like, okay, I need to complete Phase 1 and Phase 2 of Phase A because I'm missing quite a few cards from there. But now that we're not only getting the final form rides, or the final forms for the Geats Riders, as well as final forms for the main Heisei Riders with the Hyper Muteki card coming out in that month, Televakun, we're also getting the standard Geats Riders with their specific Chemies. So basically, it's the Geats cards, the Geats Legend Rider cards, but it's just the Chemies minus the Legend Riders, and that was technically in the poster for that series, or for the movie at the very least. So I think I might try to attempt to collect those. It would be nice to get the Chemy versions of Geats, Tycoon, and Nago. I'm not really in any rush to complete the final forms for the Ride Chemy cards because in reality, the only ones that I would want that are final form rides are essentially just the riders that I really care about, such as Wizard, Saber, Gaim, and maybe Revi and Vice. But generally speaking, it's going to be one of those videos where it's going to be a week's worth of progress, and hopefully I won't procrastinate on anything to complete the collection because, yeah, my wallet's really starting to hate me right now because of it. Alright, so it is currently the next day, December 1st, and we got another one in the mail that came directly right after it. So let's go ahead and pop it open. Oh, freaking hell. There it is. This is the Kiva card. This was the one card that I was missing from out of the Legend Riders that I really wanted. I got Ryuki, Kabuto, Ghost, and Geo, both, well, one of the variants of Geo at the very least. So Kiva was the only one that was missing out of that grouping of cards that I wanted from the want list. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I do like the card opening aspect of the Rider Chemy cards, but I kind of don't want to push my luck and get another box worth of Phase 2, only to get nothing in particular out of it. Oh, that's smart. He put a little pull tab. That was actually kind of unique. All right, here we are. Masked Rider Kiva. Very, very nice card. Very, very beautiful. I do love the, I mean, I haven't watched Kiva, but I do know that the suit itself is a very unique design, and I do love the whole vampire and jack-o'-lantern head design there. That's really nice. And of course, the back is just your standard Legend Rider card goodness, but yeah, this is a very, very, very nice card, and I do love the attention to detail here because this was the last card to use Masked Rider on the logo, on the romanization of the name. This also carries over to the ride card as well. So yeah, this is really, really nice, really, really nice. And now I can complete Gabuto Magic, which is really good. Okay, currently today is December 12th, and I just got the Hibiki ride card in the mail, which is nice, really, really nice. Alright, now I'm officially one step closer to completing the collection now, since there's only one rider left, being double. And I know I said I was going to get double with Legend Ride Magna, but I think I might just cough up the $8 on Kotetsu just to get the card, because it's probably going to be a minute until I can actually get the Legend Driver in my possessions, as well as anything else. But taking a closer look though at it, this is actually a pretty beautiful artwork there. It's really, really nice. I may have not watched Hibiki, and I may not be a big fan of the Hibiki suit itself, but I do love the contrast with the purple and the magenta and the red here on the Chemy, which is really, really nice. And with that, now we completed Heisei Phase 1 with all of the main riders from Kuga all the way to Decade here. And like I said, all we're missing now is just double. So yeah, pretty much covers it. I also did some rearranging with my binder. I decided to put the Legend Riders directly right after the EXs / level 10s in this binder. Basically, these are going to be for the main EXs plus the last one for the Dragon type, and then we're also going to put Super Gotchard over here, or in this case X Assemble, because I did place an order for that. As well as just a bunch of other EX cards that are going to be used in specific toys and final forms and whatnot, but I'm also just going to keep them together because it would be, it would work. But then after that, though, we also have the Legend Riders, which I did some rearranging with. I moved the Gotchard and Geats cards to a completely different spot, this being over here. As you can see right there. This one spot right here, this spot is going to be for Legend. I don't know if they're going to be doing a ride card based on the next common rider, but if they do, I'll probably have to do some rearranging again. And of course, we also have the remaining of the Geats riders down here as well. Nothing too else much to write home about. We have the EX cards for Gotchard, for Geats specifically. And if I get any other variants, they're also going to go right here. I'm also probably going to have to put the final form Legend Ride cards here as well, since those are technically variants. Right here is a page with all the cards that came with the DX toys, these being the ones that came with the Gotcha Driver. And these are just personal rares and super rares that I decided to keep because I like them that much. And of course I have an extra page of that just in case I do want to keep anything else. Here we have all of my ultra rares with the inclusion of Mechanicani and Sabo Needle from Phase 2. And of course directly right next to them is all of the parallels I got from this set, including Phase 2 with Blade and Double at the very back. I might just go ahead and get a new binder completely for the Ride Chemy cards, because like I mentioned in one of my videos at least, this is where I'm keeping all the Proplica Ultra Dimension cards from Decker. I think I also just might, I do plan on getting the second set of Proplica cards, because right now, basically when we're done with the main Proplica set, which takes up about 4 pages, we have the standard DX variants. And then after that, we also have just the standard blanks, and then we move on to the actual Chemys themselves. A lot to think about. I mean, Gotchard's pretty much off to a pretty solid start with the card collecting gimmick, and I do love just the inclusivity of it and everything, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so far so good. So far everything else is pretty much completed. So yeah, I think that'll probably wrap up the remaining of this little mini-series side project that I've been working on since I've already gotten Deno and Double and all that, or Deno and Kiva and all that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and cut to the next part, and maybe I'll have changed my mind and bought the double card. I don't know. Alright, so it is currently December 27th, and I'm right now in the middle of going to make an unboxing of one of the Phase EX, of the Phase EX Ride Chemy trading card boxes. Hopefully I'll get a good pull out of that. I also did get the movie winter pack, because there were some cards in here, like the Cross Wizard card, as well as the Hopper 1 that I really wanted to get. I do have other cards on the way, but hopefully there is more coming around the line. But the general point of this video is the Legend Ride cards, and I did manage to finally get a double card because I did cave in and just bought another pack. Bought just this card as a single. The only reason why I only bought this as a single was because the Legend Ride Magnum was out of stock on Total Collectibles, as well as Kotetsu. But however, though, there is going to be a deluxe set with the Legend Driver, as well as the Final Form item for Legend himself. So yeah, I won't need to fork over so much money now just to get all of the roleplay items. I mean, the Legend Ride Magnum is nice and everything, but yeah, it's finally nice to have double. Now all my Legend Riders are complete, at least until I can open this up and get everything out of there. And that means I can finally have a full page of all the riders with no gaps. Well, except for that one, but that one's for Legend himself. But yeah, this is everything. Alright, it's been a few days since that last little video segment, so just basically just pad out the runtime. Might as well just go over all of the Legend Ride cards and essentially how I personally store them. So, you'd probably notice throughout the course of this video, I did some rearranging of all the cards. I put basically EX Gotchard and the two EX Gates variants up here, and then I would just sort of start downwards from Kuga to now. I decided to redo that a little bit. So basically now we just have them all in chronological order. So here we are with Kuga, Agito, and Ryuki, Faiz, Blade, and Hibiki. Sorry about the glare, the room light's literally right above me. So Kabuto, Deno, Kiva, Double, Decayed, Double, and O's, Forze, Wizard, and Gaim, Drive, Ghost, and Exade, Build, Go, and 01, Saber, and Revice, and then at the back here we have Geats, Gotchard, and the blank space, like I mentioned before in the last few segments. This one's going to be for Legends specific card. And then over here we have the remaining Geats riders. I decided to go in a bit of a chronological thing here. So first things first, we have Tycoon, Nago, and Buffa. And then below them we have their support riders. And then at the very bottom we have Zin, Glare, and Gazar. I felt like this kind of made sense, because if I didn't, Zin would be right here, and then there would be kind of sort of like this whole out of order thing. So I kind of like to have things in a sort of a unified look, if that makes any sense. And of course, turning the page again, here we have all of the Final Form cards here with Geats 9, Bujin Sword, Fantasy, and Fever, Zombie, Jamishin. These open spaces right here are going to be for Final Form cards that I either get with Phase 4, because those cards are going to be exclusive to that, to my knowledge. But basically, these cards are going to be basically for the ones that I want to keep, such as Infinity Style Wizard, Gaim Kiwami, Grand Go, possibly Ultimate Revi and Vice, and Cross Saber and whatnot. Basically, like any Final Form for a rider that I really care about, I'll keep for personal reasons, and anything else I'll just probably either sell or give it to a buddy of mine. And of course, on this side here, we have basically all of the other Legend cards. I count these as Legend cards because technically they do have their names and whatnot. So here we have the Chemy versions of Geats to Buffa, I decided to put the Cross Wizard variant here because not only is it technically considered a Legend variant, but it also has a completely different coding here, as well as a different crest and everything. So much like with the X-Assemble card, it matches with that, and basically one of them will give off special, this one will give off extra, so this will basically give off the special rider sound and the Gotchard driver. The Hopper 1 card I keep here as well because this technically is a Geats variant of that card. And then at the bottom here we have the Geats Oneness Raised Buckle card, the movie ticket pre-order Commodore Geats card, and then of course we have the Commodore Gotchard card that was released with the movie Winter Pack. And of course at the back here we have the promo rare version of the Geats Chemy, as well as the super rare version of the blank card that I got from Phase EX, and I just decided to put it here because it felt like it was kind of fitting because it is technically an exclusive rare to that specific card. And of course, while I do have at least 25 of the Legend Rider cards, the only 3 cards that I am missing currently to have a very complete collection is the Ichigo card that was released with the very limited release binder exclusive. And of course, there also is the Kuwagata Oger and Spider Kuminos cards that were released with the summer movie ticket pack, if you saw the Geats movie and King Oger movie. I do want the King Oger cards because those are actually pretty unique, and having a Rider toy having a Sentai on the front of it is very nostalgic to me, and it reminds me a lot of the Rekka Daizanto card. But generally speaking, though, I am happy to at least have all of the Legend Riders, and it was fairly easy to get all of these. Sure, some of these had to come in massive quantity because of the phase boxes, but getting these things as singles were relatively easy. As I've stated before in past videos, the Legend Ride Chemy cards are probably the most fun I've had with Legend Rider gimmick, and these were probably the easiest ones to maintain, like I mentioned earlier. However, though, if you are a completionist, then I would recommend trying to collect these as soon as possible, because who knows how long until the inflation on these prices continue to go up. With that being said, though, guys, thank you so much for watching this little compilation video of me completing the Legend Ride Chemy card collection. And with this being said, this is GoZingerHero90 signing out, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.